Hey there! This is my first kind of video like this, but I want to keep it brief for you. A lot of people were commenting on my last video asking about how they could set their emulation station up to go from this to this, and I'd be more than happy to help you get a more appealing looking front end for your PC. So let's start with the basics. For optimal setup, I'd strongly recommend using EmuDeck. Now I imagine you're probably asking, why EmuDeck? Well, there are a few reasons, but it mainly comes down to the ease of editing ROMs. There are plenty of tools that can help you cut down on ROM size, organize your ROM folders, as well as add ROMs to your Steam list if that's what you wanted later down the line. If you're not sure how to get EmuDeck downloaded, I should have a link in the description for a guide that will help you. No guarantees though. Also, if you're confident about your EmulationStation knowledge and didn't want me to teach you how to replace images or how to download a theme, then there should be an asset pack in the description. Just download everyone except the folder labeled drag and drop, and you should be in the clear. There's also a more in-depth guide on part 5 on how to install everything. Part 1. EmuDeck and EmulationStation installation. If you have yet to set up EmuDeck, the main thing you're going to want to know is that when you're given the option, pick your level of integration, you're going to want to select low, as that will set all of your ROMs to work with EmulationStation by default. Once EmuDeck is done installing, go to the Manage Emulators tab on the left of the window, and make sure that all of the emulators you want are up and running. After all that's done, simply search for EmulationStation DE in your Windows search to launch the app. Part 2. Downloading iiSU Interpreted. Alright, once you've downloaded EmulationStation and have it booted, you're going to want to select Start to pull up the menu. After that, click on UI Settings and then the Theme Downloader. Now you're going to want to scroll down until you see iiSU Interpreted. Once you download that, give it a second to do its thing, then go back to UI Settings. On the second option where it says Theme, make sure to set that to your iiSU Interpreted theme. Optionally, I prefer setting the variant below that to be without controllers showing. I think it ruins the vibe a bit when they are up on screen. Alright, you're done setting up the initial theme and are ready to add some ROMs and assets. Part 3. Adding ROMs to your EmulationStation. Now that you've got the default theme set up, you're going to want to add some ROMs. Now, as far as I'm aware, EmuDeck creates a default ROM directory in C Emulation. I'll have that directory in the top left in case you need it as reference. Whatever ROMs you have, you simply want to drag into the folder matching your system of choice, and bam, you're all set. Part 4. Scrapers. So this part might be a tricky one-time setup, but I promise it'll all be worth it. You're going to want to boot up EmulationStation and press Start. From there, go to Scrapers and make sure the top option is set to Screen Scraper. Now under Account Settings, you're actually going to want to go to the link in the description and register for a Screen Scraper account. This will allow EmulationStation to search for your ROMs and automatically apply images, fan art, and videos to the theme. Once you've set up an account, make sure you log in under the account settings in EmulationStation. And after that, assuming you've set up what systems you want it to scrape under Scrape These Systems, simply hit Start and EmulationStation will try its best to automatically apply images and videos to your games. Part 5. iiSU Assets. Now here's the main course, and likely what you're here for. If you skipped ahead, hi! You probably know what you're doing, so let's get into the thick of it. For the system art and sounds, there's going to be a themes folder where all of your system icons and sound effects are stored. We want to replace those with more iiSU accurate ones. The path to find these can be insanely tedious, but I'm going to have the full path hanging in the top left corner for you to look at if you need a reminder. For both this and the game icons, I'll have a Google Drive set up with all the material you should need. But for right now, you're looking for the items stored in iiSU drag and drop. Grab that iiSU Interpreted ESDE from the drag and drop folder and drag it over the existing theme in your themes folder. It's going to ask you to replace some files, and you should. Once that's done, reboot EmulationStation, and you should have new system icons for all of your games. Now, if you want to pretty up your game icons, what you're going to want to do is first go back to your ROM's path, the path of which again will be in the upper left corner for your convenience. Once you've found the system you want to put your EmulationStation assets folder in, click on it, and you should see a folder called Media, assuming you already correctly have a ROM in your system folder and have already scraped it in EmulationStation. This will contain all of the images and videos associated with the game. The folder you're looking for is Cover. Now you might notice that the images seem fine, but won't exactly match up with the EmulationStation style. And that's where the asset pack comes in. Attached in the description is a Google Drive link containing all of the image assets for games that I've currently created for EmulationStation. You're going to want to download from that link, and once everything is extracted, you should now try and move the assets you're looking for out of the Assets folder and over to your Covers folder. You may notice that the name isn't the same as the asset provided. It's very important that you rename the cover name to match the file of your ROM. But once that's done, voila! Just restart EmulationStation and your game should be looking good as new. And with that, you should have an ideal setup for your emulation front end. I hope this helped a lot and provides you the option to enjoy your games to their fullest. For stuff like adding menu music, I have a link in the description to EmulationStation DE background music for Windows, which should allow for more tech-literate folk here access to custom music. Assets for the background music will also be available in the Google Drive folder. As a bit of a side note, this is my first real YouTube project, and if you guys enjoy my presentation style or voice or anything like that, and maybe want to see more, do let me know. It'd mean a lot to get some good feedback on this. And with that, I bid you adieu. Until next time. Ciao.